So do we start now?
Yeah, you could start whenever you're ready. You fire away. I'm ready.
Okay, so one thing that would really interest me is, and we've spoken about this in our coaching sessions, is your love for shoes.
Yeah.
So when and how did that start?
It started when I was like, I mean, I was a little kid. Like I can't remember,
Really?
yeah, not collecting shoes.
Wow.
Yeah, so like I remember because I am such a brat, and my mom is such an amazing person and just didn't want us to want for anything. There was a special shoe coming out that I wanted, and we couldn't find it, and so my mom got me a different one. Like it was for like the starting of school, and I was just like an asshole about it. Like I was just like I wanted the other ones. I was just spoiled about it, and like I mean, and retrospectively, I feel like such a asshole. But for Christmas, she found the ones I wanted and gave them to me for Christmas. So I had both of
Oh,
them.
that's so sweet. Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
yeah. That's so like I'm a. But I mean,
Y- Do you still have them?
I don't because they fall apart.
Okay.
They rot it. But I still have the two shoe. I still have the same two models. I guess that's to say, but not the exact same shoes because they just fell
Okay.
apart. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But they do fall apart, don't they?
Yeah. And the crazy part about it is keeping your shoes good. You keep them good by wearing them. That's what keeps them from falling apart is actually wearing them.
Oh, okay, cool.
So
Uh,
you see videos of guys that have never worn shoes and they pick it up and they just go in their hands. And it's like an $1,000 shoe and it's just like and you're just like, oh, that sucks, you know?
and how many do you have now?
I don't know. I'm gonna say it's got to be a minimum of 100 and
Okay.
probably well over it's probably close to 150 or 200.
And
So
they're all made of
there's no way I
rubber.
can even wear them all, you know what I mean?
Well, you could wear a different pair every day.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
then, or like for 2 days in a row, and then
some
you
of
would
them though,
wear
some
them.
of the shoes I have are like unworn and like that's on like on purpose, right?
Okay.
And also we've discussed in our coaching that I'm trying to diminish my sneaker collection, so that's also part of what's happening too.
Hmm.
Oh
So,
man, remember how we were talking about like my sneaker list and like checking like sneakers off or whatever?
mhm.
I got a shoe off my sneaker list and then I got it really cheap and I was really excited because like this is all part of our plan. And then it didn't pass authentication. It was fake. And then so it got sent back. And so they sent me my money back, which is great, but I didn't get the shoe and I was like, son of a gun.
Oh no.
It'll be all right. Anyways.
Okay. Next time.
And what else you got?
Um, so you like collecting things. So you're collecting shoes. What else are you collecting besides shoes and tattoos?
Um, I have a lot of sports jerseys,
Hmm.
but I'm also getting rid of those as well.
Okay.
Do you know what's weird is that the generation before me, like my parents, I think they collected things one because they collected things like because people did that back then, but two because they were kind of hoarding things too, like they didn't want to run out of shit. And so, I became this big collector of just things. Like I mean, I've collected all kinds of things over time, right? And it's so crazy that the generations below me, they don't collect anything. They don't care. Like just like whatever. You know what I mean? Do you collect anything? Do you have a lot of makeup?
I have a lot of makeup, but I think there's people worse than me. But I do have a lot of makeup. But I
Okay,
also need
what
it.
is a lot of makeup?
Um,
Okay, you have makeup in your bathroom?
well, I have like two kind of boxes that I use every day, but I don't use everything in the box every day. But that's kind of my makeup that I use like every day. It's like
Mm-hmm.
two like square boxes like this,
Mm-hmm.
which is my makeup. Then I have my makeup kit for my jobs.
Mm-hmm.
Um, That's like a trolley full of makeup, and then I have like one, two, three, four, five, six, seven boxes,
How big a
like
box we
about this
talking?
size.
Like a shoebox? About a shoebox
Like
size?
no, five of them are shoebox size, and four of them are double shoebox size.
And what's in those boxes?
There's eyeshadows, there's mascaras, there's skincare things as well. There are lipsticks. Um, what else do we have? Eyeliners, lip liners, blushes, highlighters. Uh,
Okay, so wait, when you go somewhere new or different and there's like a makeup store, do you have to like go in there and like check out and see if they have anything that you would like?
Sometimes, yes. But I used to be worse. I'm not that bad. I don't, because I feel like I have everything, so I don't need anything. So I
This
try
is
to.
what it's like to collect sneakers. It's the same thing. It's the exact same thing. You know what I mean? If I see a shoe store, it could be the shittiest shoe store ever. I'll be like, wonder what's in there.
Okay, yeah. It's probably similar.
All right, what other questions you got?
Okay, well, tell me about your garage. So, are those all album covers
These are
on the
all
wall?
album. These are all album covers.
And where are the albums?
So some of them came with albums, but if you get on eBay, you can buy just album covers with no album in like lots. So they'll sell them in like lots of like 20 and 30 and stuff like that. So I just got on there and then you buy them and it's kind of like getting like baseball cards because you don't know what you're going to get. And so you open them up and then there's these covers and then they'll just be like really weird stuff. Like really weird covers. And then it'll be like, oh my gosh, I had this album when I was a kid. And you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe there's an album called Beer and Pretzels. You know what I mean? Like it's really rare. But I just got done replacing like some on this wall, so there's some new ones like up here and stuff, and new ones like over
Why
here.
did you replace them?
Because I wanted ones that were more like albums I had listened to, actually listened to, or really iconic album covers and things like that.
Yeah.
Like I can't, like what, like right there. There's see that's the Top Gun out, like just stuff like that, so like it was more, but then there's really, well, there's not any really right here, but there's some real random stuff around the garage. It's like really weird. Like
Yeah.
there's
Yes, I
one over
do.
here. What was that one called? This one over here is called Joe Just Sent Me. I mean, what's that about? Like, I mean, they're just weird. Anyways, yeah. But the
Who's that
garage
guy
was,
just?
what's up?
Yeah. No, who's that guy just under the Just Be sign? The one that's shouting towards the sky?
Yeah, what about it?
Who is that?
That's Don McLean.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I thought it was funny that it looks like he's shouting at the sign. And then I think it's funny that Willis Jackson is pointing up at the sign.
I didn't even see that.
Yeah, but see, but nobody care, like nobody notices that kind of stuff. Like I do stuff
It,
where I do stuff where I have like two album colors like yelling at each other, like there's two
hmm
faces, and but
hmm
nobody notices it except for me. Sometimes somebody will say something like, "Hey, look at that guy screaming." And you're like, "Yeah, what I mean," like, but very seldom.
How long did it take to put it all up and get it all? Was it a gradual thing or did you do it like all in one go?
Well, so I did it like during the pandemic, right?
Oh,
So
okay.
like I would just come out here and I would just turn on some music and I would staple like soundproof foam to the ceiling and then I would put up the album covers and then I would just stay out here and just kind of create this like space which became my podcast space and became my coaching space. It became, I mean, this is my office. Like, it's so cool that this gets to be my office.
Hmm.
I don't have any plants, though. I need to get a plant.
I have lots of plants,
Yeah.
which is a new thing. It's quite a new thing.
Wait, those are
So
real plants?
this is a real plant, yes. And
How,
this
how
is
are you,
a
how are you doing green? Are you a pretty good green? Are you keeping it alive? Like,
I am. And it's actually got new leaves. It just got a new leaf as well.
Are you proud of yourself?
I am.
You should be. Like I think anyone that can keep plants alive should be proud of themselves because I can't do it.
I never used to be able to. It's like a new thing, and I'm enjoying it. It's really fun.
Do you think
See them grow.
do you think there's any correlation? Okay, let me ask you this. After going to
I
the
know
co-
what you're gonna ask me. I know what you're gonna ask me, and the answer is yes.
Okay, what was I going to ask you?
You wanted to ask me if there's any correlation between my plants growing and the way I feel.
Yes.
Did you just say yes now? Because
Yes,
it
I
really is.
I mean, in a nutshell, that was it. I mean, like I had my own way to word it, but that's kind of what I was going to get at. You know what I mean? That the fact that we went to this school, and I think it's impossible for us to come out of the coaching school and not build awareness. You know, there's a lot of practice going on there. So now you have this awareness, you're journaling, you're meditating more often, blah, 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 whatever. And so you're more present. So that allows you to take care of the plant. I think that my lack of ability to take care of plants probably came from my lack of being present.
It's probably also like a vibrational thing.
Yeah, same thing, right?
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, I'm putting out a present vibration, right? I guess, or something like that. Is that possible?
Yes, definitely. Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, like, who would have thought that like taking care of plants was just like, you know, like having awareness?
Have you seen that video where they do the experiment where they shout at the one plant and say horrible things to the plant, and to the other plant they like encourage it and tell it how beautiful it is and how well it's doing, and the one plant will die and the other one will actually thrive. Have you
I
seen
mean,
that?
no, I've not seen it,
But
and
it's real.
I believe it, but I'd rather experience it because it's hard for me to believe videos.
Mhm.
That's why, like, you know, that's why I don't do TikTok because I'm like, I don't know if I can believe any of these videos.
Well, they do the experiment also with, I think, just a jar of rice
Oh, I've seen it with a jar of water before.
or water even.
Yeah,
Yes. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, and it makes sense, right?
Hmm.
Why do you think people choose to be like so nasty?
It's all got to do with alignment. So, you are your subconscious being, the eternal being, and then you have your body and your mind on on the other hand. And if those two are totally separate, that's when people are, like you said, nasty, nasty. That's what I think. That's my take on that.
So what you're saying is that they're rude or they're nasty because they're not present,
They're not
kind of.
present. Yeah.
It's like they're not with
They
them because if they were with themselves, they would not do that, right?
yeah.
Okay, you got any more questions? I should have told you ask your kids to ask me questions. That would have been good.
I should have, but they're on holiday.
Oh,
They
okay.
they're in Sicily with their dad. So let me think. Okay, wait, I had more.
You know what's so crazy is like, you know, when you live in Europe, right? You can go to Sicily, right? When you live in the United States, you go to Florida.
It's the same in South Africa because South Africa is also quite a large country and it's like at the end of the world. Like
Hmm.
it's all the way in the south. It's like just ocean around it. So it's like when you go on vacation, where do you go? You also visit different parts of the country mostly.
Because you're so far down there, huh?
Uh, yeah. So it's very far to travel to like a different country. But in Europe, it's easy. Yes. I mean, we drive half an hour and we're in Austria, or like 45 minutes, and then I'm in Germany. 3 hours, we're in Italy. So it's all very close.
All right, you got any more questions? What do you got?
Okay, so what's the thing with the glasses? Where did when did you start that being like a part of your, is it like a part of your image kind of thing? Your brand?
I think that so at some point I had to start wearing glasses because I can't see.
Oh, okay. So these are
Right.
actually prescription glasses you're wearing now?
Hmm.
Okay.
All the glasses I wear are prescription. Yeah, so like all the sunglasses you see me wear, they're all prescription glasses.
Okay.
And I've actually found that wearing colored tinted glasses a lot of times is really helpful for my eyes. Like it's really relaxing for my eyes. And
Mhm.
so I tend to wear some sort of tint. These have that blue blocker stuff on them. But I tend to wear ones with like tint because it just I really notice how bright it is when I don't have my glasses on. You know what I mean? It's just my eyes, and I have a light colored eyes, so I think they're maybe a little bit more sensitive
Yeah,
too.
exactly. The light colored eyes are more sensitive.
Do you know what's crazy is everywhere I take my daughter, people always comment on her eyes. They're like, "Oh my God, she has such beautiful eyes." And I was looking at my girlfriend yesterday, and I was like, "Oh, she really has beautiful eyes too." And I said, "You have beautiful eyes." And she said, "You do too." And I said, "Well, I guess our daughter's got like super eyes. She got super beautiful eyes."
So all three of you have blue eyes.
All three of us do. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. All right. Anything you got? Anything else before we get out of here?
Okay, so I want to know about I was watching this thing on Texas the other
Hmm.
day, and it was all about the Texan barbecue. So I want to know all about the Texan barbecue.
What do you want to know about it?
Well, the tradition of it, how, what exactly it is, and things like that.
So, uh, if you haven't been to Texas and you haven't had barbecue, most Texas barbecue is beef. Even though they do have some pork items, it's most of the time it's beef, and then most of the time it'll start with brisket being the main form of meat, and then like go out from there. But if you go to other parts of the United States, they'll do barbecue with like pork. It'll be pork dominant, and they'll do their sauces with vinegar versus like tomato sauce. So a lot of sauces in Texas are like it's kind of like Tex-Mex. You know what I mean? It's like its own version of kind of barbecue, like in Texas.
So
So you know,
is there like a special kind of marinade?
no, everybody kind of, well, you know, when you cook in like brisket, it's smoked for long periods of time, right? So the type of marinade they do is for smoking it for periods of time. That's the whole like shtick of it, is that it's like soft and that you can eat it well. And so then people just eat it with just barbecue sauce, or they'll eat it on sandwiches, or they'll put it with other stuff or whatever, you know. Um, but I obviously am biased, but I think barbecue is the best in Texas. I'm not a big fan of like the pork and all of that stuff, you know.
Okay. So
And
how
some
often,
places serve it with sides, and some places don't serve it with sides. So sometimes
okay.
sides are a big deal, and sometimes sides are not a big deal.
How often do you barbecue?
Do I like make barbecue?
Yes.
Almost never.
Why?
Because like somebody else is already cooking it. Why would I cook barbecue? And also, here's the other thing. My brother cooks barbecue all the time, and he has a real fancy smoker pit, and he makes outstanding barbecue. So I just eat his barbecue.
Okay. And how often does he make it?
During the summertime, he'll do it maybe like once or twice a month, like, you know, all like summer. And then like if we have, say we have like a big event, like a birthday at somebody, you know, he'll cook barbecue. But like he'll put together his own sauces and spices, and he has his own like temperature thingy that he uses and a special pit, and it's warmed up to this, and he knows all this stuff. I mean, it's like your makeup or like my shoes.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But I mean, it's great that it's great to have a brother that knows how to do all that stuff.
Yeah. Wonderful.
Okay, wait, really quickly. If I come to Switzerland, what do I need to eat if I go to Switzerland? What's their barbecue? What's their main food?
Well, cheese.
But I can't have cheese.
You will be able to have cheese in Switzerland because Swiss cheese is different to your Tex-Mex Kiso.
So well, hang on. But you're saying like, but it comes from a cow, right?
Yes.
See, I cannot have dairy from a cow.
Yeah, but I have a feeling that the dairy here is different to the dairy in the US.
I have a feeling it is too, by
Oh.
the way.
Because there's so many reels and TikToks going around of Americans coming to Europe and they're talking about, I am lactose intolerant and I cannot have gluten and blah, 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 blah. But then I went to Italy and I ate pasta with creamy sauces and so much cheese on, and I ate pizza and I didn't have any problems. And I actually even lost weight and all the kind of symptoms of like bloating and whatever they had, stomach aches, it was all gone.
I
So
really I really struggle buying groceries in the United States because, like, we'll say, for example, there's like regular groceries and there's organic, right? Even organic here isn't the quality that it is in like Europe with what they put in it and stuff like that. So I'm like, well, I might as well just eat the regular stuff. You know what I mean? But like anytime, like when we went over to Budapest and I ate over there, I didn't have any issues with my stomach the whole time we were there with
exactly.
anything.
And you don't eat eggs.
No.
Okay. So in the supermarket, the eggs are refrigerated.
Hmm.
Why?
Why are they refrigerated here?
Yeah.
I guess I don't know.
They spray them with something to kill off something and they like kind of full of I don't know what.
I mean, I would trust that. Wait, what you're getting at is that like if you go buy eggs in Europe, they're not chilled. They're just like regular hanging out.
They on the shelf, not chilled. And sometimes they even still have like little s'mores on them. And
And then sometimes there's like a chicken in one.
like no, we don't have chickens in the eggs, but I'm just saying they like really just out of the nest of the hen and they in the box in the supermarket. That's
You know,
it.
it's so for me, okay. When you go into a supermarket in the United States, it's so like clean and pristine and everything. And then when you go to like a supermarket in Europe, it's not quite like that. And there's a level of like I feel like that in supermarkets in America, they're trying to like fool us with shiny objects, you know what I mean? Because it should look more like this of like just kind of real stuff,
Yeah.
and but I mean, you know, they, there's a lot of money to be made in our groceries over here, I guess I should say.
Yeah. And so we'll test it when I see you in Budapest. We'll test the eggs and the cheese. Or if you come to Switzerland, we're gonna have cheese fondue.
Yeah. I'll just tell my mentor we're coming to Switzerland. He'd rather do that than stay in Budapest, I bet.
Really? Yeah, but I want to come to Budapest.
Okay, well we'll have to we'll have to figure something out. We can do like
We'll
a little
figure something
switcheroo.
out. We'll figure something out.
Hey, well thank you so much for doing this. I appreciate it.
Thank you. It
All
was
right.
fun. Thanks.
Yeah. Bye.
Okay, bye.